Hey guys, it's Eli, and welcome to the Malachi 4 mission. And for those of you who are joining us on this mission to live your very best life now and to pass that life on to your children, I have two very powerful things to share with you today. I can think back to when I was a child and the different situations that happen. And heck, I want to first start out by saying I love my family. They're awesome. And I believe that they were being the best they could be. But the example that they left for me and the hard work ethic that they instilled in me, I want to take that even further. So there's certain things that happened when I was a child that I do not want to pass on to the next generation, to my children. And I bet it's the same way for you. I bet there's things right now in your life that you can think, man, I don't like that aspect of the way I grew up, even though I respect my parents, my mom and dad, but I just don't like the way they did this or that. Now, because you notice that and because you see it, it's up to you to make the decision to not pass that on to your children. And today, the first thing that I want to share with you is that you are the example. You're the example for your children. But guess what? It's not you at your best that you think that your children are taking on. No, it's you when you're at your worst. See, on your worst days, your children are realizing something. That's the standard that's acceptable to my parents. And guess what? They then are going to take that standard and apply it to their life and say, okay, so because mom or dad operates at this level, wherever that level is, that's okay for me to operate at that level too. So it's very, very important that we are mindful as parents. And heck, I'm speaking to myself too, because I struggle with this. But because I struggle with this and I choose not to become it, not to do that, I make a decision to become a better version of myself every day. Even if that means that I'm just inching by, but I make that decision to become better, not because I think I'm great, but because I demand that of myself, and I am going to break my bloodline. The example that you're setting is who your children are becoming. And that can be a very scary thing when you think about it. Because as great as you are, I'm sure you can think of on your bad days, you don't want your children to be like that, and neither do I. I don't want my children to be like me on my worst days. I want my children to be like me, but even better than me. I want them to surpass how I am doing. And I want them to surpass my accomplishments. I want them to surpass my happiness. So for me to do that, I know that I have to set a greater and greater example for my children. I need to put more and more emphasis and effort into who I'm becoming for them. And not just for them, for my spouse as well. Because if I'm not leading in my home, then who is leading and what's going on? Am I letting my circumstances lead me? Am I letting the situation that happened yesterday continue to eat away at me and then do things inside of me that are so negative, and then I'm letting that negativity come out and spread around my whole house and into my children, and then before you know it, everybody's having a horrible day? Do I want that? No, I don't want that. I don't think that you want that. And how do you stop that from happening? The way that you stop that from happening is just making a decision. And it's just a hard decision. It's boom, cut and dry. I am not going to allow this to happen to me. I'm not going to allow this to happen to my children. I'm going to be the example of the standard for my children, that what is acceptable and what's not acceptable. Like, what is a good life? What is happiness? I'm going to show them what this is by who I am and how I am living my life every day. That's a super hard thing to do. This is why there's so many problems in our culture, in our society, because people don't want to make that decision, and they don't want to put in that effort. But I'm telling you that the effort that you put in, every ounce of that effort is going to pay off massive dividends to you and your family and your home. The second thing that I want to share with you today is very simple. It's negativity. We have to think about when I'm around somebody negative. Like, I can remember being around somebody negative. I mean, it happens all the time, but I can remember one specific example just a couple days ago. The person was super negative. Their energy it was just draining me. I didn't want to be around that person. Now the question I have then is, like, would that person even want to be around themselves, or are they just having a time of self-hatred going on? And then that self-hatred spreads to one person, to another person, to another person. Before you know it, there's so much negativity all around, and it starts to surround and consume those people. So what I want you to do, I want to challenge you, and I'm challenging myself. Have a positive outlook. Look at the good things that are going on. I guarantee you, no matter who you are, you can find something positive. Now, we were talking about this and praying about this on the way home from the gym today. Look at Joseph. He was in a prison cell, but what was he doing? He was still leading, he was still becoming a better and better man from that position. It wasn't his circumstances that were shaping his mentality. It was his mentality that was shaping his circumstances. And what's my proof for this? My proof for this is simply that he became a leader even in the worst of circumstances. When he was the scum of the earth, he was still like saying, hey, I'm going to be the best I can be. So he ended up serving with excellence, and that was noticed by his superiors, so much so that they gave him more authority and more power than anybody else in the prison at that time. So who you are is who you are on the inside, and that's what's going to come out on the outside. And that is not dictated by your circumstances and your surroundings. And when you can teach your children that concept, that lesson, that is huge. You will see your children start to thrive like never before when you start to live that way before their very eyes. Because guess what? They are watching you more than they're hearing you. More is caught than is taught. You can teach and preach at them all day long, but if you're not living it yourself, if they don't see that joy in you coming from your heart, then they're going to say, hey, I know mom or dad says all this stuff, but hey, I don't see him living it. So guess what? I don't have to live that way. I'm going to just live however, because more is caught than is taught. So with that said, take these two things. You are the example, and get rid of negativity and run and do not grow weary. Take that and leap over walls. Take that and bend the bow of bronze, because with those two things, you can literally reshape your entire home, your entire household, and start to live maximum happiness, maximum transformation taking place inside of you and inside of your children. Listen, this is a call from the Almighty Yah of heaven. God of heaven is wanting you to live the most amazing life today, and not to delay and not to wait. Don't put it off. Make that hard decision, boom, today, that you are going to change. And I'll do it with you, and we'll do it together. And guess what? We're going to mess up along the way, but we're here for each other. We're here to push each other on for something good and something inspirational that is going to catch fire inside your children and their children. And this thing is going to go on for generations. It's the Malachi 4 mission. It's a mission from God. Thank you for taking the time to make that decision, taking the time to pour into your children, the next generation, and to not let that fire go out, to only let it burn brighter and brighter and brighter until the day comes when we see Messiah coming in the clouds. Love you guys. We'll see you next time.